Well, hello, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Cody Montarbo, the founder of Montarbo Skincare, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin. If you love this info, please subscribe. All right, so first and foremost, I just want to share a little bit of a background and a story about today's video because I think it will give you some context you need for my opinion. I've been seeing a lot of interesting things with people applying sunscreen obsessively. I have direct experience with that and direct experience with OCD and behavior in which I was really kind of a prisoner to skincare and sunscreen. So since becoming really an esthetician, a lot of my industry promotes a lot of fear without even meaning to. It's like unconscious. And since becoming an esthetician, I became obsessed with sunscreen, to the point of applying it where I would get no sun. I would apply it every 30 minutes. I'm like the only person, my friends joke with me, I'm like the only person who can go on vacation to Miami and come back whiter. Not anymore. Not since my partner's mom died in 2017. I had a real wake-up call with my obsessiveness and kind of the way that I was living in life, just living in fear, you know what I mean? And I see this happening with sunscreen, and it's really concerning because this is what I know to be absolutely true in my life, and let me know if it's true of you, is the energy in which you do something is more important than almost the action. So if you're afraid and you're applying sunscreen, then that fear is worse for you than some sunlight, okay? I think you don't need to apply sunscreen every 2 hours if you are applying enough during the day. Let me explain. People are not applying enough sunscreen at the beginning of the day because it's heavy or it's thick or they don't have time and they're not slowing down. So if you're a person that's rushing and you're not really applying enough at the beginning of the day before you leave the house, then yes, you're probably gonna have to apply sunscreen every 2 hours. But everybody's obsessed with trying to figure out which sunscreen to apply during the day. Should I cover it, add more makeup, a powder sunscreen, liquid, what should I do? So let me just make it super easy for you, okay? Because I am personally not doing that anymore, and I've never been happier in my life. I've never been happier to the point of where, if I get a little sun, it's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna die, okay? And I hope I've never promoted that energy of fear to you, and I'm sure I have because I'm not perfect, but I'm really trying to live my life by spreading that energy of positivity and hope in ourselves when we are applying our skincare and when we're trying to look as beautiful as possible, as ageless as possible, So if you are a person that is struggling with pigment or aging and you're concerned and I need to apply sunscreen every 2 hours, first of all, you should probably go get your vitamin D levels checked because mine were severely low. And vitamin D is really an important hormone for a lot of things, including bone structure and all kinds of stuff. So we have to live in the world in a way that works for us. And when we are trying to obsessively avoid something like aging or the sun, that is way worse for us than some sun. So I think you don't need to apply sunscreen every 2 hours if you are applying enough during the day. And I've showed you, and I'll link it up here, how to apply sunscreen by layering it. And especially if you put on like a moisturizer with sunscreen, it has SPF 30, and then you apply maybe a tint or you apply a makeup. The layering of the sunscreen is really great, and it's enough, and maybe if you're going out for a walk and you live in a hot climate and you just want to feel like you're giving yourself extra benefit, then maybe dash a little bit of powder with sunscreen on it, or a powdered sunscreen, or you can, I guess, apply a little bit during the day. I no longer do. I'm not applying sunscreen on my lunch break anymore, and because I'm inside also. I'm not, my industry, I'm indoors. It's not like I'm outside all the time. And guess what else I've been doing? I've been actually taking my shirt off. I've never been this tan, even though I'm part Puerto Rican. I look white as a ghost, I get it. But I've been enjoying my tan, girl, especially during COVID, okay? And I've just never been happier. I don't get sun on my face, because of the acids and stuff I use. But, if I'm at the pool, I apply every 2 hours, 90 minutes, maybe, depending if I'm swimming or toweling off. If you're a sweater, if you're running, if you're active, if you're going to the beach, yeah, then apply. But do so in a conscious way. Do so in a, okay, I gotta protect myself. But if you do it out of, I gotta apply sunscreen. Oh my God. I mean, interesting behavior. You have to think of behavior. So I'm leaving you with this. if you want, and if you like applying sunscreen every 2 hours, then by all means go for it. But if you apply enough, which is like 2 pea size amount, almond size amount, not for your whole face, you should be fine. And if you're dealing with issues that you're trying to protect yourself from with the sun, then wear a hat and be in the shade as much as possible, and do a really good job applying your sunscreen in the morning before you ever leave the house. That should really, really do it for you. So if you have any questions about today's video, if you also can agree with the idea that we should be conscious of how we're doing something, so if you agree, like, hey, it's better to be in the energy of not resisting, and fun and play and enjoyment, especially with our skincare. It should be a enjoyable experience. It shouldn't be an experience that we're applying the skincare because we're afraid and trying to overcome the sun damage or trying to overcome aging. So anyway, I've rambled. I love you guys. I'll see you soon in a new video.